All right, we're here in Central Park, me and the team. Paul's made weight, he's back at the hotel, refueling, getting ready. Ceremonial weigh-ins are tonight. He's made weight like a professional as always, looked good this morning, still in great spirits, despite what he had to take off. And I don't really know what else we've got to say about I don't want to talk him up too much, because that's, I feel like all I spend my time doing, but we'll take a wee dive into the 309 card, which is what I started. You want to start with the top? You want to just start Jones, Miocic?
Aye, start from the top and work your way down.
So obviously we saw John Jones last night in the hotel. Happy, cheerful, taking pictures, signing autographs, shaking hands, cowboy hat on, looking like he was ready for a night out in New York. Personally, I think John Jones is just going to run Stipe over. And I feel terrible discounting Stipe, but I think Jones has played a blinder with the media stuff he's done with Tom Aspinall. He's diverted all the attention away from Stipe. He's basically minimised Stipe completely in this competition as if he's not even involved in it. I see John going out there, doing his job, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see John Jones blowing him out of there in a round or two. I think this is going to be a mega dominant one from him. Again, I feel terrible just completely discounting Stipe Miocic, but I just don't see how he, with so much time off, so much inactivity, I don't see how he's going to hang with John Jones. I know John Jones has had a long time off as well, but he's a very different thing. So I'm excited to see John Jones. Obviously, I'm here to support Paul more than anything, but since we're here, we might as well enjoy what might be the last run out of John Jones. So if I was putting down my money, which I will be, I'll be betting on a John Jones finish.
So Chad Henderson's asking, do you think John Jones will fight Aspinall?
No, I do not. I do not believe he will fight Tom Aspinall. But to say that he's frightened to fight Tom Aspinall, I think is ridiculous. I just think it's a silly thing to say. Again, John Jones is controlling the whole media narrative here. He's taken Stipe completely out of the conversation for this fight, and he's basically about to do the same thing with Tom Aspinall. And all he's going to do is build Pereira up to fight him. He's going to make Pereira seem far better than he is, and John Jones will blow Pereira out the water as well. And everybody will go, oh my God, that was incredible, when the whole time he's the puppet master here. John Jones is controlling every single aspect of what is going on at the UFC at the moment, and I think he deserves more credit for that.
Yander says, look at this man, he's a natural, get him on ESPN.
ESPN.
80 to 1,
with
third round sub
subtitles.
for Paul on Bet365.
80 to 1.
80 to 1.
I don't think it'll take him until the third round, so I would just go with the submission. I wouldn't worry about picking a round. I could see it happening. Well, I didn't want to jump straight into the Paul fight now. We'll move down. We'll be a bit more methodical with it. You want to go Olivera Chandler?
Yeah, Olivera Chandler.
I've probably never missed a Michael Chandler fight. As a fighter, I'm a massive Michael Chandler fan. Not such a fan of him as a personality, but that's all right. But I'm picking Olivera for this one. Olivera's got the win already, and via finish. I think Michael Chandler's fight IQ is too low for a fighter like Charles Olivera. Olivera gets knocked down, he gets hit, he's taking a lot of punishment. I wouldn't be surprised if Chandler knocks Olivera down and then still goes on to lose. I can see American wrestlers, they always do this thing when they go to get up, and that's how a lot of European and Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioners get these finishes. American wrestling based guys, they always turn round onto their knees and give their back when they go to get up, and when they build the frame up. If you notice, that was the way he got him last time as well. It's probably going to be quite similar. If Chandler gets rocked, if he gets into a slugfest, he's going to do this sort of American wrestling style get up, and that is where they always get caught. Olivera will be ready for that. I can see it being a rear naked choke finish for Olivera after probably a bit of a firefight first round. I think Michael Chandler will come out in the first round. He'll do what he always does. Despite being a very athletic guy, he still just tries to empty the tank as quick as he can. I think Olivera weathers the storm, goes on to take advantage of him and gets him out of there. Again, I'm predicting another finish. And then we'll move on to the one who we really came here to see. We came here to see Bo Nickal. I came here to see Bo Nickal. We got any questions on it first before I jump into it? No?
No, there's not. Somebody's asked when the fight is.
When? It's tomorrow, mate. It's Saturday night. Just so you know. Obviously, I'm always going to be biased. I'm always going to pick Paul, but Bo Nickal looks nervous. This is a huge stage for him, a huge arena for him, and by far the biggest fight he's ever been involved in. He has not been involved in a fight like this. He's not been involved in a fight with someone as aggressive as this, and he's not been involved in a fight with somebody who's beaten the calibre of people. And very few people have. I think people forget. Paul's beaten Jamal Hill, who was world champ. He's beaten Ankalaev, who's been the number 1 contender twice. Paul hasn't got an issue going in with somebody like Bo Nickal. All the pressure's on Bo Nickal. Paul's obviously a massive underdog with the bookies. I'd be betting on a submission finish. I am betting on a submission finish. I'm obviously privy to a lot more stuff, but there's going to be a huge size difference in there. Bo Nickal's very close to his walking around weight anyway. Paul's done an excellent job with lead records, making weight today. He'll refuel, he'll be a professional like he always is. He's going to come in there much bigger, much stronger. Bo Nickal will default to wrestling. He will. There will be exchanges where he's going to think, I need to back up and go into my wrestling. I need to go back to what I know. And it's going to be the same thing. American wrestlers, and I might eat my words on this, but I very much doubt it. American wrestlers will always default to the get-ups they know, and they're taught this. Turn over, build up on your knees, and it's like when you see a baby learning to walk. That's how they get up. And that's where they get. I personally think it'll be a triangle, but this giving their back thing is a thing you see quite a lot with these guys. Bo Nickal's going to be nervous. Once he gets in there, he'll be a professional, I don't doubt it, but it's the pressure in the build-up that's going to sap the energy from him. A big crowd, a big venue, he has to get a win here. He's this sort of UFC golden guy at the minute. And if he doesn't beat Paul Craig, he'll see that as a stain on his name. Again, and I always do, no matter how biased it is, but I'm obviously backing Paul Craig for the win. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes out, if this starts very quick. In my opinion, I'd like to see Paul just getting on him fast, pushing him straight to the cage, pressuring him, landing big kicks, landing big shots, and seeing what Bo Nickal does with it. I think Bo Nickal's going to look to try and box a little bit. I think because Bo Nickal's a southpaw, he's going to use that. He's going to use that like lead leg stomp to the knee. This is going to be what he's going to try and do. He's going to try and reach out and stomp Paul's lead leg with his lead leg because it's southpaw orthodox. That's probably going to get him booted in the heat. If you start trying to do things like that, I'm a southpaw who fights against orthodox people. You have to be very close to do that. I think he's going to get caught with long back hands or long back legs. We're going to end up in a scramble on the ground. Bo Nickal's going to end up triangled, and I'm going to sit here and say, I told you so. So if I'm wrong, clip it, TikTok it out, and do me a million views saying, this fucking bald idiot knows nothing. But I think we're bringing someone in here. Give me a wee second. This is a man with a bit extra insight for us.
I'll get you mic'd up.
He's just getting mic'd up now, so this is Primmy. He's been working very closely with Paul for a lot of his striking. Basically through this whole camp. We'll get a bit more for him now. What's happening?
How are we, Ross?
Dive in.
Can't say it's not the first time I've wore a wire.
Have a seat, mate. Sit down, sit down. We're just talking about Paul's fight there, and
Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, sit down.
Get yourself comfortable. So introduce yourself, mate, and tell us what we've been up to.
I'm Primmy. Well, Andrew will always known as Primmy, and I do Paul's striking, or have done for the last 2 camps. I think he's going on leaps and bounds, and I think there is a very good chance that he could knock this boy out. I believe so anyway.
How do you see Bo Nickal's
striking?
Aye. So what would you say is the biggest threat for Bo Nickal's striking? So I'll tell you what, I think Bo Nickal's going to try a quite boxing heavy striking attempt. I think he's going to try that lead leg knee stamp that we see sometimes. I think because obviously Bo Nickal's a southpaw. I see in the clips, again I don't want to give too much away, but I see in the clips when you're working with Paul, it's a lot of power shots. It's a lot of backhand, it's a lot of back leg, and it's a lot of, there's kind of, I want to say it, but the stepping elbow is obviously something you've worked quite a lot.
I think he's going to, obviously in the past Paul's been susceptible to walking back with his chin there, so I think Bo Nickal's going to be looking to throw a couple of throwaway shots, followed with a big overhand. to catch him, because that's how he throws a shot. He throws an overhand. So that's what I'm thinking. I think he's going to be throwing in threes or singles, like
Just
see
single
if you
power
watch
shots.
single power shots. If you watch him, he just kind of steps in. I don't know if it's because he's not had a lot of actual fights, and he still gets a bit of stage fright. Bo Nickal. He doesn't throw things in straights. Like, he doesn't throw it in straight. He throws up with a wee loop on it. You get what I mean?
And it's
not like sharp, and a lot of time his hand comes down. So I think you're going to throw single overhands, and he'll be looking for like a double jab into a backhand or a double kind of tap hook into an overhand to try and walk Paul back.
And what are you looking for Paul to do in reaction to that?
Either no get caught in between. Either step right back out of range, or step right into range, so that you're not getting caught in that danger zone where you're susceptible. You're trying to lean back. You're either stepping back well out of range, or you're stepping right into range, like the danger zone. Do you know what I mean? Like touch tight.
And so obviously, everybody's expecting Paul's method of victory is a submission. But straight away you said, I see Paul knocking this guy out.
I think he can knock him out, mate. I think he is.
He's more than powerful enough.
He's more than powerful enough, mate. Mams will tell you that for free. He's definitely more than powerful enough. As long as he has the confidence and the belief, which I think he does have, I think he knows he is becoming a better striker, or a much better striker.
Have you seen him starting to believe more in his striking?
100%. He knows his things are coming on. There's things came on the last camp, and then there's a few things we've worked on this camp that's come on leaps and bounds, and he can bang with his hands now. Do you know what I mean? Just a few daft adjustments. And he knows it himself. He says it himself. Like, he's like, oh, I'm feeling this is only our second camp we've done. So I do think.
But it isn't 10 weeks of work. Like, people are going to be like, well, you can't learn to strike at that level in 10 weeks. It's no 10 weeks. You've been working with Paul now for 6 months.
Or something. He's see, the thing is, I think people like Bo Nickal, he does get, I don't know how to describe how best way to describe it, but he still gets nervous because he's not had a lot of fights. He's had wrestling, but he's not been in actual punch-ups. Do you know what I mean? So he makes mistakes a lot. So he's not going to throw it that Paul's not seen before. Do you know what I mean? So, but
could you see Bo Nickal being hurt?
I can see him getting
starting to panic,
I can
and
see him
defaulting to wrestling, going for a king.
I think if he shoots on Paul, he's hurt. Things on the working, because I think he is out to try and knock Paul out, because he's like, right, everybody knows I can wrestle. So I think if he tries to, if he shoots, then his game plan's not working.
And he's under pressure.
Or he's under pressure and he's not comfortable, because it's like people resort to what they know.
Absolutely.
So see, if you think, right, I'm going to try this, it's like if Paul didn't think things were going his way, he's going to try and get the boy in his guard and try to sub him,
I mean? For sure.
But I think he's getting there more than comfortable. But that guy's got to do the exact same. So see, if he shoots, things aren't going out his way, or he's hurt. And I think he can be hurt because he's a wrestler. He doesn't get hit. I don't think he's fully been tested where he's actually been properly hurt.
And people don't understand this. See, once you take a big shot in a fight, like I've had it in the first second of a fight, had my nose absolutely splattered, had bad cuts. Once you feel hurt, or you go, I'm trying to breathe through my nose and I can't, or you look down at your fucking chest and there's covered in blood and it's yours. You do go,
don't get that goal wrestling.
Oh fuck, something's going wrong here. And I think I could, personally, this was my call on it earlier. I see Paul getting in Bo's face, hurting him, Bo panicking and going,
wrestle.
Fuck, I'm going to wrestle, triangled. And I almost feel as if that's too basic a breakdown of it, but I think fighting can be quite a basic thing when people stick to what they know. I think Bo looks nervous.
I think he looks nervous as well, mate. I think he looks nervous. I think there's so much pressure riding on him. See the whole Donald Trump thing and all that? I don't think that, because do
you know what? I've never even thought about that. Imagine Donald Trump saying, I want to go and see Bo Nickal.
And then get sparkled.
And you're that American boy, that fucking captain of the football team.
You're sink or swim in that kind of pressure. And I don't think, it's hard to say what he's going to do, because he's not had that kind of pressure before. But he's in Madison Square Garden. Everybody's asking him, is Donald Trump coming to the president of this country? They're all mad, patriotic. There's a lot of unknowns, you know what I mean? He is either going to sink or swim.
And
I think I could see if it goes goes out the first round and the full thing's been on the feet in the first round and he doesn't like it, I think he shoots right away in the start of the second.
Do you think he'll feel the pressure to get a finish? If he doesn't,
1,000,000%.
Aye.
He's not going to.
So like a decision win's not enough for Bo?
No. It's no. I don't think it goes to the scorecards anyway, mate.
I don't either.
Paul's not winning the scorecards, is he?
Paul's not, well, I didn't, no, never. Paul's never, once he's went to a draw. with Shogun Hua,
So
which was horrendous.
He's not going to. Stats say he's not going to win the scorecard.
And again, mate, that's Shogun Hua. That's like
So
a guy who's been in with everybody.
So the stats are saying he's not going to win the scorecards if you just go off.
And in fairness, that fight with Shogun, Paul could have comfortably TKO'd him. And
I don't see either of it, because see if Bo tried to grind out a wrestling points win, he could probably do it.
Do you see him not doing that?
No. I don't think he can try and do it. I think he only does that if he's badly hurt and hangs on the button. Where he just tries to get into a position that kind of side control and whatever.
Keeps him against the cage.
Keeps him against the cage and just tries to wear him down and win with points.
Aye.
I don't see a world where, I think he only does that if hangs up. Let's see if he's cut or he's just no fancying it or something. He nearly get caught in a submission or like hangs are a bit too close for his liking, then he's like, right, I'll go back to what I know, keep this guy against the cage.
And I think once you start taking those big shots, again, mate, you've had a lot of fights, you know, once you start feeling a shin across your arm a few times, you're checking kicks and the shins, and it doesn't take long before your arm starts coming down.
The way Bo Nickal throws everything, like he's so susceptible to getting hurt because he turns his body into everything, and there's a big target to hit. Do you know what I mean? Like, he isn't a striker. I get he's got power and he has chinned a few people, but he's only starting to learn how to strike. Do you know what I mean? I think he can be hurt. That it just takes the right shot to hurt him, and the right opportunity will be there, because he's not a counter fighter. He's the one that's going to push forward, and the opportunity will be there to hurt him. Do you know
think Bo's going to try and push forward on Paul?
100%, because he has to get close enough to. If he wants to take him down, he needs to pressure him, and if he wants to knock him out, he needs to pressure him. He's not going to try and knock him out on the back foot.
See, I think Paul's going to be the one pushing Bo Nickal against the fence.
No, I'm not saying that Paul's going to get pushed back, but I do think that the two of them will have to meet, because Bo Nickal's not a counter striker. Paul's going to be more a counter striker than him for the stuff that I've done. Like, you're waiting for him to, because he makes so many mistakes when he strikes that you're waiting for him to make the right mistake.
I like the way you've worded that. Make the right mistake.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a perfect way to put that.
We're waiting for him to make. We know what he does wrong, and we're waiting for him to do things wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's a striking match until you're waiting for him to make that one mistake that we've worked on, that he's made several. He makes a few mistakes, and he's got the right counters for it. And we're waiting on him to make the mistakes.
See the way you've said that as well. Like, I can tell by the way you're speaking. You, without going into the specifics of it, because obviously we don't want to do that, but you know exactly. There's clearly something here, and you're saying this is going to be the.
There's about 3 things he does they're all pretty similar, where he makes the set, unless he has fully corrected them, which I don't think he will, because he's not corrected them in 8 fights, and it's big corrections. It's something that we'll learn with experience, which he doesn't have a lot of either. Like, even sparring, how many rounds has the boy sparred, really, compared to other fighters? Do you know what I mean? It's all fresh to him. Yeah, I think you're waiting on a couple of mistakes to happen, and it just to be 50-50, and then you have to capitalise on the mistakes and they can chin them.
Because it is a 50-50 right up until we start to see these errors getting made. And it's hard for me, because
they know the errors they'll be looking for Paul to make. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They know things that he's done in the past that he's susceptible to. Obviously, try eradicate him, but they know what they're looking for, what mistakes. But I know what mistakes we're looking for now on Bo Nickal, because it's not like he's a high-level striker like Cal Brow, that you're like, what mistakes he going to make? Cal Brow's a different level of striker. Cal Brow's going to be Izzy and then go fight for the belt.
Brow's a different level of striker altogether. He's a different level of fighter altogether. And I don't want to say like Bo Nickal's not a tough guy, or he's not, but I just feel like Bralo's just
he's
a tougher,
mate,
just
he's a much crisper,
you know what
striker.
I mean?
Here's what I'm saying, he throws everything straight and sharp, unless he wants to throw it as a hook, whereas Bo Nickal throws everything. If he's hitting pads, it looks straight, but seeing a fight, everything's got a look to it, because he's like under pressure.
That takedown bouncing over.
He whips his overhand in, and everything's got a sharp kind of hook on it, like rather than a kind of straight crisp 1-2, which Cal Brow throws, or unless he wants to throw an overhand because he means it, whereas that wee guy just bangs all his weight down. He just puts all his weight down his knee and just whips his overhand right to the top.
Looks at the floor and hopes for the best.
Aye.
Good, mate. I'm feeling even better now, eh? But
I'm
obviously,
feeling confident and all. Mate,
you've been with Paul all week, so obviously,
all week, mate,
I seen him this morning, I seen him last night.
Mate, he was still bruising my, mate, I swear to God, I don't know if they're away now, but my arms are fucking lumped up to fuck.
Mate.
Friday, see, for Sunday, Monday, and then we hit pads once on Wednesday still, because he had to get his weight down a wee bit, and I'm like, what is this? Like, you're supposed to be fucked, do you know what I mean? Like, and my arms are in absolute bits here, like, what are you doing? So, he's going to be substantially heavier.
Oh aye. Well, I was there this morning, eh?
He's going to be substantially heavier than when I last did.
I don't like to talk about the weight cutting thing. It's a bit of a weird issue with people. People have problems with it and stuff like that. But for what I saw this morning and for what you saw this morning, it's we're dealing with two different animals.
There's no point, but nobody needs to sugarcoat it. Like talk about. Everybody knows people are fucked cutting weight, but everybody's tired cutting weight, or you're no probably in the weight right weight category.
Well, Bo's no.
He's not. He was struggling, mate. He's probably going to go in a cage at 91 kilo or something, 92 kilo. Like he was at that press conference, just so you could see Paul was a bit. Fuck, I don't want to be here. I'm tired. That wee guy sitting, fucking clap away, like looking about, like buzzing, like full of beans. You're no full of beans if you've got a hard weight cut. You can see the other boys sitting like looking into space. Like, when's this done?
It's not even that. It's the thought of what you've still got to take off. That is horrible.
Like you're sitting there and you're like, no, I need to go up the road and run for fucking.
I know. Well, we were there.
Like, it's one of these fought.
It was grim.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's how it goes. Well, thank you very much, mate. It was a pleasure to get that insight there. I think the viewers are lucky with that one.
I think so.
So, a day for now, all these predictions will come right, and all the great work you've done over the last 6 months will come to fruition, I'm sure.
48 hours for now, we're celebrating.
We'll still be out.
Still be out.